with diamonds so pearls. And on the moon and take you traveling the world. But I can love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'll give you all of what I've got. The fancy finds, baby, I have not. Just gonna love you.
Do you guys hear that? Don't you just love the sound of crickets? I'm actually here up on this cliff called the Tilbury Knob. It's in West Nanticoke, Pennsylvania. And I'm sitting here in a tent. Me and Josh here, we tried to get up here as quick as possible and try to beat the clock and beat sundown. But we left my house around like 5 o'clock and we got to the trail around like 6:30. And I don't know, what would you say? We got up here around like 8:30?
8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we got up here like 9 o'clock. So we put the tent up here in the dark, and I wanted to roll the vlog, but it was too dark. It would have just been way too noisy and grainy because my ISO would have been through the roof. I mean, right now my ISO is at like 3200, so sorry if it's kind of noisy. The light that is actually shining on me is a headlamp, and I mean, we kind of just have it hanging from the ceiling of the tent. There's this like pocket that you can put stuff in. So, but hey, it works. It's actually, what time is it?
Around midnight.
It's actually like midnight right now, and yeah, we're just hanging out in a tent. Speaking of this tent, it's actually the North Face Talus or Talus 3. Not sponsored, by the way, but North Face, you should definitely sponsor me. But anyways, this tent is supposed to actually fit 3 people, but I really don't see it happening because Josh has his backpack with him. I have my backpack with me. We also have my camera bag. I'm laying here, Josh is laying over here, and then we have his backpack. And then right behind me, I have my backpack, and then my little camera bag, and then the Ronin S's case. I mean, speaking of my camera bag, it's not really all that big because I just have enough room to fit my camera, my mic, and a couple lenses so I can fit it in my hiking pack. So just a little heads up, if you plan on getting a tent from North Face and you have like 3 people that want to go camping and you all plan on, you know, camping in the same tent, make sure you get the next size up so that way you'll have enough room to put your gear somewhere.
Yo, it's like being in my house.
Yeah, right? Josh is talking about his sleeping bag. He just got a new sleeping bag from Field and Stream. Not sponsored. But speaking of being warm, it's actually pretty warm in here. I mean, it's like 50 degrees outside right now, and I mean, fall is right around the corner. I'm actually thinking about keeping the beard for the, you know, colder months. I'm thinking about letting it grow. What do you guys think? But yeah, we're actually not too far from town. We're just like 5 minutes from this town called Nanticoke, and that's kind of like something that I'm a little worried about. Hopefully someone doesn't come up here and try to like mess with us or something. I mean, I don't think we're gonna get messed with. Do you?
No.
No, I don't think we're gonna get messed with. It's like midnight right now, and I'm gonna try to hit the sack, no pun intended, because tomorrow I'm trying to wake up pretty early. Well, it'd actually be today. But anyways, gotta wake up early because I'm gonna try to get some sick sunrise shots. So, I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Good night. It is 6:30 in the morning. It got super cold last night. Meanwhile, Josh is playing Clash of Clans. But yeah, you guys should check out this view. We have the Susquehanna River and then all of West Nanticoke. Waiting for the sun to come out a little bit more though. It's still kind of dark and still got that kind of like blue hourly feel. How was your sleep though?
Rough. My neck hurts.
I'm not really a huge fan of the graffiti, but that's a pretty far fall from up here. Check out that little bit of fog though. Really wish it was more foggy up here. It's usually really foggy in the morning. Yeah, I definitely don't want to be the one that falls off the cliff today. So I'm gonna try to stay clear from the edge. But this is Definitely one of the more beautiful spots that are within the area, that are at least closer to my house anyways. I'm actually really stoked because look at all of this fog coming in. Ooh, it's gonna look so nice. Pretty pumped. I really hope that it kind of comes closer because I just love really crisp, foggy mornings. Definitely keep you updated. We definitely have to go camping a lot more, especially up here because it's so close to the house.
Yes, it is.
I mean, can you guys imagine waking up to views like this every morning? I would never want to leave. One thing this is definitely missing is coffee. Definitely missing coffee. You know, this is actually the first time I'm up here for sunrise. And it's pretty awesome. The sun's actually starting to peek over the horizon. Can't really see it over here. It's starting to come over here, but you can see it up here, and then you can see it over here on these mountains, and then you have the shadows from the mountain peaks. You know, I just love when that happens, especially like when you see it in photos, when you see the sun peeking through only certain parts of the clouds, or perhaps it's only laying on certain parts of the mountain because of the overcast. Speaking of photos, if you want to, you know, keep up on my photo game, you should definitely go check out my Instagram at Mikey Olexy, or you can click the link in the description below. It's actually starting to get pretty warm out. I think I'm gonna take off the jacket. Oh man, the fog disappeared. I was kind of hoping that it was gonna get closer and then all of these woods would kind of be engulfed with fog, but guess not. On another note, the gnats are already out and they're like all up in my face. I don't know if you could see them, but we're actually gonna pack up and head out, so I'll catch you on in a little bit. We are back here on the main road. Still have like 2 more miles to walk back to town. And I have no more water left, so I'm parched. Oh, and to anybody who plans on getting a gimbal that comes with a case, there are definitely some pros behind having a gimbal, but there are also some cons. The pros are, of course, super smooth footage. You know, that's definitely the biggest pro. Another pro is really cinematic footage. You could definitely get some really good cinematic footage using a gimbal. Not saying you can't get any using handheld movement, but the gimbal definitely helps. And that's pretty much it for pros in my experience. I mean, when it comes down to the cons, for example, right now, you got to carry around a case, you know, so that way if you don't want it to be flopping around everywhere, or you don't want it to maybe get banged up, it could definitely get kind of annoying carrying around a big case, and it can kind of get tiresome depending on how heavy your gimbal is. Luckily, the Ronin S isn't super heavy, so I guess maybe that's kind of a pro as well, being that it's kind of light. Another con that I would add to the list is creativity. You could definitely get some creative shots with a gimbal, but I feel that you can get so much more creative when using handheld movement. To me, if you like to do whip panning or any type of in-camera transitions in general, it's just so much easier to be able to do it run and gun with handheld movement compared to using a gimbal. Not saying you can't get creative while using a gimbal and getting some creative shots, because you definitely can. I just feel that you can get more creative while doing handheld footage. Another con is, well, you have to pretty much double your shoot time in order to make sure that you have more than enough time to get the B-roll that you want, and you have to make sure that your gimbal is set up properly, tuned in properly, everything's balanced out right. And that can definitely be a pain sometimes because, well, sometimes you really don't have all that time to be able to set everything up properly and shoot. But I guess it really all depends on what you're trying to do, because in some cases, maybe you do need a gimbal. Personally, I don't always need a gimbal because I love doing handheld movement because it's run and gun, fast, and of course I really don't have to lug a case around with me. If I plan on doing some in-camera transitions like whip pans and really want to go crazy with my camera, I can do that. And also it challenges me to keep my hands steady, and so that way, let's say if my gimbal dies, I won't really have to worry. I can't wait to get home and get these shoes off. These shoes are amazing for backpacking and hiking, but they're not the most comfortable when you're walking on concrete. Not at all. Me also having 40 to 50 pounds in my backpack doesn't help either. One more hill to go though. Josh, go on without me. If I die here, go on without me. Almost there. Almost there. Finally home. Gonna get myself a drink, take off these shoes. But yeah, if you liked the video, smash that like button, hit up the comment section below, and if you haven't yet, you should definitely subscribe. Catch y'all in the next vlog.